Hello everyone, I'm Leah Torbert with Harrington Strategic Partners, and today we are talking about another episode of Harrington's Book Shelf. Our book this week is Influencer by Joseph Grenny. Today we are going to talk about a third source of influence called structural motivation. Structural motivation is something that we use inside our organizations to help incentivize changing our employees' behavior. So we create a rewards program, an incentive program, something to help them work towards a goal, and then we give them something in exchange for achieving that goal. Could be a bonus, could be a raise, could be a vacation, could be extra time off. There's a lot of different ways that we can achieve that goal through using structural motivation. One of the things that Grenny points out is that when we're looking at building our realms of influence and figuring out which sources of influence we're actually going to use, we need to make sure that the structural motivation is the third type of influence that we use. The reason why we do this is because you need the personal motivation and the social motivation to help make sure that the behavioral change that you're trying to accomplish will actually remain after you remove the incentive. If you're paying someone to increase their call volume to reach a certain goal, but then you take that reward away, then they're less likely to be motivated to actually continue maintaining that call volume unless you've actually done the work ahead of time to get them personally motivated to want to work harder and then socially motivated to understand how their behavior is going to be fitting in and being measured against the other members in their department or on their team. So you need all three pieces if you're going to include a structural motivation to make sure that the behavior stays after you remove the reward. A lot of times we skip the first two, and what we find is that the behavior we were trying to put in place just falls apart very, very quickly after we remove that structural motivation. We want to make sure that the reward and the behavior are tied to the goal that we're trying to achieve. We want to make sure that we are influencing and encouraging the behaviors necessary to achieve our long-term goals and to make sure that over time what the sacrifices and the investments that we have made actually accomplish what we're trying to achieve. It's really important to make sure that the particular reward is going to be gratifying for the person receiving it. If you reward someone with a vacation to Tahiti and they don't like the beach, they're probably not going to be really motivated to work hard to achieve that reward. So you want to make sure that whoever is involved in your incentive program, that you have different options that people can choose from that are going to help motivate them in that structural way to actually achieve what you want them to do. If it's not something that they're interested in, if it's not something that they feel is going to be a real benefit, then they're not going to be motivated to do what you need them to do. So it's really important just to take a look at that as well when you're building out your rewards and incentive programs to make sure that what you think is going to be a good idea actually is when they look at it and receive it. Now, one of the things that they also talk about in here is looking at the unintended consequences of the behaviors. And part of that is making sure that you have the other two prongs in your influence book, in your game book, on the personal and social motivation side. Because what you might be doing if you don't have those pieces in place is actually just getting them to do the behavior so they can get the money or the vacation or whatever the case may be, and then as soon as you take it away, they're done. So you haven't actually influenced the correct behavior, the vital behavior that they need. Now, if you have any additional questions on this particular topic or anything else that is going on in your business, you can contact me directly. I offer a free 30-minute consultation. You can ask me questions about this particular episode or anything else going on, and I will answer them to the best of my ability. You can also follow me out on Facebook, Instagram, LinkedIn, and Twitter. And again, my website is harringtonstrategicpartners.com.